the missile man of India, Dr.A.P.J. Abdul Kalam. Great personalities are not born every day. They are born once in a century and are remembered for millennials to come. One such great personality that we will always be proud of is Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam. His full name was Abdul Kalam, born in Rameshwaram of Madras Presidency on 15th October 1931 and died on July 27, 2015, Shillong. He was an Indian scientist and also a politician leader, who later became the 11th President of India. He played an important role in the development of India's missile and nuclear weapons program. It is an absolute honor for us to learn about his great leader in the form of his biography. Without much ado, let us start. Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam's biography about his family and struggle life. Dr. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam was born to a poor Tamil Muslim family. He lived with his family in the temple city of Tamil Nadu, Rameshwaram, where his father, Zainul Abidin, had a boat and was an imam of a local mosque. At the same time, his mother Ashamma was a housewife. Kalam had 4 brothers and 1 sister in his family, from which he was the youngest. Kalam's ancestors were wealthy traders and landowners and had vast land and property tracts. But with time, their business of ferrying pilgrims and trading groceries suffered huge losses due to the payment bridge opening. As a result, Kalam's family had become inadequate and struggled hard to make a living. At a tender age, Kalam had to sell newspapers to supplement his family income. Educational background of Kalam. Although Kalam had average grades in school, he was very hardworking and had an immense desire to learn. He spent a lot of time studying and had developed a particular interest in mathematics. Kalam left Swartz Higher Secondary School after completing his early education and went to St. Joseph's College, Tiruchirappalli. From St. Joseph's College, he graduated in physics in 1954. He moved to Madras in 1955 to study aerospace engineering at Madras Institute of Technology. Kalam joined as a scientist in the aeronautical development establishment of DRDO in 1916. After graduation, his career started with him designing a small hovercraft. However, he was not convinced by his choice of a job at the DRDO. Kalam was transferred to ISRO in 1969, where he was the project director of India's first satellite vehicle launch. The satellite vehicle deployed the Rohini satellite successfully near Earth orbit in July 1918. Kalam received the government's LV and SLV projects between the 1970s and 90s. He directed 2 projects like Project Devil and Project Valiant, which aimed at developing ballistic missiles from the successful SLV program's technology. Kalam somehow convinced Indira Gandhi and sought secret funds for this aerospace project. His research and immense knowledge brought him and the nation great laurels in the 1980s. Kalam then went on to become the scientific advisor of the defense minister in 1992 and served at the same post for 5 years before getting promoted to the post of principal scientific advisor to the government. His immense role in the country's 1998 nuclear weapons tests solidified India as a nuclear power. Kalam had now become a national hero to be remembered for ages to come. However, the test he conducted caused a huge uproar in the international community. Kalam put forward a national-wide plan called Technology Vision 2020, which according to him was a fantastic way for transforming the stature of India in 20 years. Taking it from a developing to a developed nation, the plan envisioned the progress of the nation by adopting advanced technology, expanding healthcare facilities, and emphasizing the education of the masses. Kalam is the 11th President of India. Sir Kalam was entitled to be the 11th President of India. His term period of 15th July 2002 to 25th July 2007 was achieved by winning a presidential election in 2002 with a massive margin of votes. National Democratic Alliances nominated him to be president, and it was supported by Samajwadi Party and a National Congress Party. He was lovingly called as People's President, as he had done uncountable works for the welfare of the people and through the entire country. He was brave and courageous enough to take decisions and implement them, no matter if that was tough or sensitive or highly controversial. The office of prophet is perhaps the hard act that he had to sign. The office of prophet, according to the English Act of Settlement in 1701, explains that no single individual who has a professional setup under the royal family, who has some kind of provision, whether who is taking a pension from the prince, has the right to work for the House of Commons. This will allow the royal family to have zero influence on the administrative conditions. Talked about President rule in 2005 for imposing the President's rule in Bihar. Kalam expressed his wish to take up the position one more time, but then later changed his mind. After taking farewell from the office, he shifted and commenced his career as a visiting professor at the Indian Institute of Management in Ceylon. He served as an aerospace engineering professor at Anna University, Tamil Nadu. He also lit up educational institutions like the Indian Institute of Indore, Indian Institute of Bangalore, with his presence and knowledge. Sir Kalam served as Chancellor, Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology, Thiruvananthapuram. In 2012, he introduced a program called What Can I Give?, focusing on the aim of eradicating corruption from the country. Abdul Kalam was a mortal human being just like us. But for his contribution to the country, he remained immortal in the hearts of people. Dr.A.P.J. Abdul Kalam was one such personality who died at 83. It was shocking news for the entire country, as a pure soul left us forever. Abdul Kalam, while delivering a speech for the youth in an event at IIM Shillong, during the middle of the speech, he suffered from a cardiac arrest and collapsed. Although he got admitted to the best hospital in Shillong, the doctors could not save him. Then his body was airlifted to Bogati, and from there, it was taken to New Delhi in an Air Force plane. The president, vice president, and some other leaders prayed for his soul. His body was then covered in the Indian national flag and brought to his hometown. About 35,000 people attended his funeral event and then prayed for such a great soul.